Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping in. We are here to play a little bit of Dead by Daylight, and then we'll move on to another game. But I really wanted to start with Dead by Daylight because I wanted to talk about the new Stranger Things chapter. It was all revealed today. Everything. The killer power, the perks every single person's gonna have, the two survivors, the killer, the map. I believe there was one more thing. Killer, survivors, map, perks. Nope, there's the four things. And I gotta admit, it's there's some things I like, some things I don't. Or maybe not so much don't, more of it's just underwhelming. And the Demogorgon looks fucking cool. Hey, Ink, how you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing today? Okay. So, let's just hop right into the Stranger Things stuff. So, I'm tired of school. Yeah, I get that. Oof. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do school anymore. I understand, though. First, you know what? I made up this whole, like, I wouldn't say slideshow thing, but all these images, but I didn't get a picture of the Demogorgon in game. Is there anything? No. Maybe that's why I didn't do it. Actually, you know what? I could do this. Okay, so I took this screenshot from The King on YouTube. Just want to give credit where credit is due. Let's just put that like right there. So they had the live stream today, but apparently no one has taken a picture and put it on Google Maps just yet. But here is the Demogorgon and Nancy and Steve. Useless exams? That sounds about right. This past week has been a huge shit show. Are they making you do proofs yet? Those still to this day, those are my things I hate the most. So okay, so that right there, that beast thing, that's the Demogorgon. He looks cool. All the character models look really cool. Look really crisp. They did a good job with making everything look like what they should. But okay, it's right. So the Demogorgon. The Demogorgon's powers. Here it is. So the Demogorgon's power is that it can set portals on the ground. Once it has set at least 2 portals, it can teleport from one portal to another. We do not know exactly how many portals we'll be able to put down, but think of it like the Hag, but not as quick of a teleport. You can teleport through one portal to another, going through the upside down and losing visibility for a brief moment. So you get to, you see like in the stream, it was like you saw him like crawling through this darkness, and there was light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing, and then you pop up. It was really fucking cool. Survivors may close the Demogorgon's portals, which takes time. Survivors closing one of the Demogorgon's portals will be affected by the oblivious status effect. I didn't know what that meant, so I looked it up. The oblivious status effect means that survivors can't hear the terror radius and they aren't affected by terror radius perks. So that's new. That's new. Entirely new. But what it also doesn't say, that it did say in the stream, if they are working on I thought it was if you see them working on your portal, you can sense their aura. However, it could be this what they're talking about. If you hold your power button, the Demogorgon connects to the upside down. And what that means is it can sense survivors within a radius of its portals, receiving a killer instinct. So think of it like the Legion. When you hit someone, that's killer instinct. You're gonna see that big like pulsing blood splot thing. Note being accused of stuff I didn't do and having a band director that doesn't know what to do half the time. Oof. And I have to play at a game tomorrow night. That's... I'm sorry. What I'd say about that is like... I would say talk to your parents about it. If it becomes that big of an issue, talk to your parents about it. They can contact the school and say, "Yo, what the fuck?" That's all. That's my take on it. Okay, but what is also cool is that the Demogorgon has a alternative attack. You can charge the alternative attack. I'm guessing with L1 for PlayStation. But once it is fully charged and you release the power button, you will dash forward, attacking any survivors within range of the attack. You cannot maneuver while in the dash. So it's literally, you see it in the stream, it's a dash forward, and he swipes like this. Depending on how fast it charges, how long you have to charge it, and how far it goes, will depend on how good Demogorgon is as a killer. Seriously. Because the portals are cool. If it's only 2 portals and you can go from one place to another, that's not enough. I would think 3 is the magic number, maybe 4. But if it's only 2 and you can only go from one spot to another, they were talking about map pressure. Henderson. Hello, Lich. Hello. Thank you so much for stopping in. If there's only 2 portals, think of it like this. You're on Thompson House. You put a portal on top of the house. And then you put a portal, I don't know, by the killer shack. So that's the opposite ends of the map, okay? That doesn't... He won't leave me alone. I want to leave, and the director is probably getting blamed for my band's downfall. Oh, he's talking about school, Lich. He's having a rough week at school, unfortunately. But okay, when there's those two right there, that is good pressure on only those two parts of the map. And survivors being able to dismantle your portals, you would have to constantly be using your power to sense if any of them are nearby your portals. And you're going to have to do that anyways, no matter how many portals there are. But I don't think it's enough. Because if I had to guess, right now, why I'm saying the dash attack is so important is because if the dash attack isn't good enough, and that means he won't have good chase potential, then he's just going to become another M1 killer. And I really don't want that. Right now, the best killers... First off, the best killer in the game is Nurse, hands down. Second place is Spirit. Third is Billy. And fourth is Huntress. But you don't hear a lot of people talking about Huntress. You talk about the big three. I don't want a big three anymore. I want there to be more than three, more than the Huntress. I want there to be viable killers that can actually stand a chance against 4 stacks. Like, the only killers that can stand against 4 stacks are the 4 I already mentioned. And that's not okay. Because every other killer, you have to have them really fuck up. Like, really fuck up to get kills, to pip, whatever. The portals, if there's only 2, it's not enough. I was thinking of like a number, okay? 2 is not enough. 5 is too many. 4, maybe too many. 3, I think would be perfect. 3 or 4. 3 or 4 portals. If there's 3 or 4 portals, then he will be great. I was thinking 3 with a perk that can make it 4. Yo, you mean an add-on? I could see that. I was thinking 3 with an add-on that make it 4. Yeah, I can see that. I was trying to think of like different add-ons you'd have on 2. And the dash attack. The dash attack I can see being good in jungle gyms, especially if they're trying to go through one of the windows, like in front on the left side or on the side on the right side, or if they're trying to loop around with the pallet, you could hopefully charge it and get them before they can drop the pallet. But that really depends on how long you have to charge. And I think that will be crucial to how good he is. Can't wait to bully Nancy mains. I'm so excited. Dude, Nancy, yeah. The perks for the survivors look awesome. They look fun. They don't look overpowered. Besides maybe one. But we'll get to that. But as my channel is more focused on killers, I'm a killer main. I really want Demogorgon to be good. I really want him to be good. I was like, I know it would be overpowered, but I was hoping with at least the perks, they would have done something with blood. Because in the show, he can sense blood from miles away. And I know it's too overpowered to have it that he can sense any injured survivor. I know that's too overpowered, but I wish they did something with it. It would be like when a perk like when a survivor becomes injured, you see their aura for 5 seconds. Something like that. That wouldn't be too overpowered. Because you are the one that is going to be injuring them. They're going to be going already with their sprint burst, so you'll see their aura for 5 seconds, but yeah, they didn't do anything like that, unfortunately. The dash would need a good range with a very close hit, knocking people down and farther away if it would just hurt them. I can't agree with that, because then that would give him an insta-down that would take almost nothing to do. You need to have like certain conditions to have an insta-down. Like Billy, he has to charge his chainsaw, and I'm guessing that the charge attack does not. You won't have to charge as long as the chainsaw. If you do, then yes, it should one hit down, but I doubt it. You'll have to charge it for that long. What I'm also wondering is, because he does a lunge like this, I'm wondering if it can hit 2 survivors. If it can hit 2 survivors, it becomes a lot better. Of course, this is all speculation. Like, the PTB isn't even out yet. They didn't even announce the PTB. I think they fucked up with that. That would be spoopy. That would be spooky. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the Demogorgon. I have concerns, but only because I don't know. Because no one knows. Not yet. Once it hits the BTB, I don't know if I will be able to play him, because he's on... Well, I might be able to play him, but I don't know if I'll be able to stream it, because I'm always worried about streaming off my laptop and playing a game at the same time, because it usually doesn't work out too well. But if anything, I could play it and then tell you what I think. Okay, after that, we have the perks. The perks are interesting. First, we have Surge. Putting a survivor into a dying state with a basic attack, that is important. It will not work with the lunge. It will not work with the chainsaw of any killer. All survivors within a radius of 32... All generators within a radius of 32 meters will instantly explode and regress. So if you down someone in those 32 meters, it even showed it on stream, if a survivor is working on a generator, it explodes. And Surge applies an additional regression of 12%. That is a good perk. I think that's a good perk. It will not be good on big maps like the farm or Red Forest. The Red Forest maps. But every other map, you can 3-gen yourself. And literally, this would be the best perk when they already 3-gen yourself. What about the Saw map? Oh, yes. Yeah. Totally. The Saw map, the Saw map, especially the one with the 2 floors, would be amazing. This would be amazing. Because the 32 meters, it's not a flat circle. It's a sphere. That's how it always is. That's why you can get affected by the doctor's passive when you're underground and he's upstairs. It's a sphere. The Surge is a great perk. People, from what I have heard so far, it's only been 7 hours, okay? People are underwhelmed about this perk, and they think that it should combo with Pop Goes the Weasel. If you don't know what Pop Goes the Weasel is, Pop Goes the Weasel is after you have a 64 meter circumference, so that'll be really good. No, it's not radius. 32. The radius is like 32 meters all around you, so that's the circumference is 32 meters. I believe. No, you're right. Yeah, that's really good. That's even better than I thought it was. But if you don't know what Pop Goes the Weasel is, people are saying that it should combo with this. Hooking a survivor, the next generator you break is instantly regressed by 25% in its total progression. Normal generator progression applies after the damage is done. Active for 50 seconds. Okay, let's put this out here right now. I do not want it to combo with Pop Goes the Weasel. Why? Because that's way too overpowered. Way too overpowered. Like, I get survivors are the power role, okay? Like, survive with friends, there is an issue, but I don't think that's the solution. Because that would literally fuck over all solo survivors. That's too much, I think. I think that's too much. What I think it should... However, what I think it should combo with... I think it should combo with Overcharge. The next time interacting with a generator... I'm sorry. You are filled with hate. Overcharge a generator by performing the damage generator action. Oh, so it probably wouldn't. That sucks. But the next survivor interacting with that generator is faced with a tremendously difficult skill check. No. Yeah. Can I see the radius of Surge again? Sure. It would be 148 circumference because you multiply the radius by the circle by pi to get the circumference. See, now I'm wondering if it's like... That is from the middle, though. I'm wondering if it means 32 on each side or if it means 32 all around. I'm wondering. Pop Goes the Weasel too much. I think Surge is perfect the way it is. If it would... To be fair, I really like synergy with perks. So I would like to see synergy with this perk with other perks, like Overcharge. But Pop Goes Weasel's too much. It already does an additional 12% regression, and that's really good with you not having to do any action. Like, no damage generator action. That's good. I think that's good. People are underwhelmed. I think they aren't... I don't think they're thinking... I don't think they're thinking of the possibilities, maybe. Okay, the next perk. Every time a generator is completed, all windows and vault locations with a radius of 32 meters of the completed generator are blocked for all survivors for the next 25, 30, 35 seconds. You can see the auras of the vault locations blocked by cruel confinement during the duration. This one, I am very... meh. It's okay. Oh, well, just to be clear, it's only blocked for survivors. It's not blocked... Oh, blocked for all survivors. Yeah, it already said that. I don't think it's good enough. It's not that great. It is okay. It's not overpowered. It's situational. Is how I'm thinking about it, because I'm thinking like, what if we're on Auto Haven, and there's not a lot of vaults, and if anything, there's maybe like the 2 T's, like the 2 L's, and I guess that will help, but it seems very situational. I mean, even on the Saw map, unless you're talking about like the Saw map with like the screaming televisions in the middle, the Saw map with the 2 floors, they don't have a lot of vaults, and it says vaults and windows. If it blocked pallets as well, it would be fantastic, but it doesn't. So it's situational. If it said pallets as well, it would be just a good perk all around, just like Nurse's Calling. Like, Nurse's Calling is good on any killer. But Cruel Confinement, because it says only windows and vaults, is very situational. So it effectively is the 32 meter radius. It just covers the complete circle. Radius is the center point of the circle and any end exterior point of the circle. Got it. Diameter. That's what I meant. All good. I figured that's what you meant a second after. Haven't dealt with radius and diameter in a while. Wait for geometry. If you haven't taken it yet, you get to prove if a shape is a triangle. Oh my god. I hate proofs. Just starting Algebra 1 and I hate geometry sometimes. Yeah, you're going to hate proofs. I'm telling you right now. You're going to hate them. Okay, so that is the second perk. Next we have Mindbreaker. In this one, I am very... I don't know how to feel about it. Any existing exhaustion timers are paused while the survivor is repairing a generator. This effect persists for 1, 2, 3 seconds after the survivor has ended the repair action. Okay, they don't say everything with this. If you are working on a generator that is... I think the stacks are less than 45, 50, or 55%. This effect happens. You have the exhaustion status effect for 3 seconds. It's okay. It's good, but I don't know how good. I don't know if I would run this over something else. That's the thing. Like, it's not a bad perk, but I don't know why I would run this over something else. If you guys don't know, the exhaustion perk is the exhaustion status effect is based off of it's based off of where is it? Perks like Dead Hard and Balanced Landing and Lith, but this lets you have a getaway perk or Sprint Burst. That perk would be good against Sprint Burst. Definitely. It would get rid of Sprint Burst. It would be amazing. Every other perk, though? Maybe Dead Hard if they're already hurt? I'm trying to think. Probably not that good with Balanced Landing. There's usually not generators by hills or on hills. It's very like maybe 20% of the time you see one on a hill. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The only use I see in the no cooldowns is to stop a Dead Hard or Sprint Burst, specifically out of a lunge attack. They are vulnerable, so they are vulnerable to lunge. Yeah, it's. I mean, sometimes there are vaults near. Well, a good chunk of the time there are vaults near a generator, so it could stop Lith, Sprint Burst, and Dead Hard. Dead Hard is, in my opinion, the best exhaustion perk. So I don't know. It's good. I just don't know why I would run it over something else. Maybe it would be good on a Michael Myers build because he doesn't have that fast of movement until he hits like certain tiers. Maybe that, but or maybe on the Huntress because she's a slower killer. I can see it being used on killers that are slower. Like 4.4 meters per second. The Spirit, you don't need it on the Spirit. Spirit is, don't worry about the speed. Or the Nurse, you don't need it on the Nurse. No. I'm gonna say the best thing against Nurse is Dead Hard, but to be able to stop a Dead Hard with this perk would be situational. I'm thinking that perk would be best on Myers. Maybe Hag, but the Hag has such map control. I don't see it being used. I don't know. The first perk is good. Surge is good. I like Surge. The other, the second one is very situational, and the third one is good, but I don't know why I would pick it over something else. That kind of thing. Okay. So we obviously focus on killers on this channel, so, but we do have the perks of the survivors as well. Let's not try and stick around with them so much, unless you guys want to talk about them. Okay, first we have Nancy Wheeler. Nancy, we have Better Together. The aura of the generator you are currently repairing is revealed to other survivors located within 32 meters. If the killer puts another survivor into a dying state while you are repairing a generator, I thought that was weird. Like, why can't it just be all the time? Why do I have to be repairing a generator for it to happen? But regardless, if you see the aura, if they are putting into the dying state while you're repairing a generator, you see the auras of all other survivors for 8, 9, 10 seconds. I don't see... Again, it's like, it's okay, but I don't see why I'd use this over Decisive Strike, Borrowed Time, Dead Hard, Adrenaline. Those are the meta perks right now. I don't see why I would use that over those 4. Next, we have... Yeah, Legion's Best Friend. Only if you have the perk, to be fair. Fixated. This perk I like. You see your own scratch marks at all times. So the scratch marks that you see as a killer when a survivor is running, if you have this perk on, will see your own scratch marks. Not other people's, yours. While healthy, you walk 10, 15, 20% faster. I like that. I really like that. Hey, Cam. How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing today? Hello, creatures of the earth. We are talking about what was revealed today in the live stream with the Stranger Things. We just got done talking about the Demogorgon. We focus on killers on this channel, so we literally talked about the Demogorgon for about 38 minutes. Around that. Very in-depth. Okay, but we have fixated. When you see your own scratch marks at all time, while healthy, you walk 20% faster. I really like this. I really like this perk. It's cool to be able to see your own scratch marks. It's unique. We already have something for crouching, urban evasion, to make it faster when you're crouching. We didn't have anything for walking. I swear to God, I was literally thinking about a perk like this, besides the scratch marks, but I was wondering why we don't have a perk for walking, but we do for urban evasion. I thought about it last night. When I was playing with Holly. I like it. I can totally see this being used with urban evasion. So you are Sanic fast fuckboy. And I like it. I can see this. Oh god, I can totally see this and urban evasion together on a fucking flashlight warrior. I can totally see it. Which kind of sucks because I don't like flashlight warriors, but you know, it is still cool. That's a cool build. I like that idea. Her best perk. This is the best perk she has, and one I'm really excited about. Each time you cleanse a totem, inner strength activates. They are acting like it is a token. It is like a token perk. best. I'm excited for this perk too. Yeah, this looks really cool. They're acting like it's a token perk. It doesn't say this on the wiki right here, but in the stream they're acting like it was a token perk. So you can cleanse a totem and you get a token for inner strength activating. While it is active, hiding in a locker for 10, 9, 8 seconds while injured will heal you to a healthy state. That is amazing. That is amazing. I don't think it's overpowered. I don't think it's overpowered. Because she has to take the time to go find a locker and not be working on a generator, and then that will heal her. That is half the time it takes to heal someone. But think of it this way. If there are multiple people running this perk at the same time, they can only do this once, most likely. Maybe twice, because there's only 5 totems on the map at all times. So one person gets 1, one person gets 2. But you also have to be safely taken off the hook. You have to run to a locker. And what's also cool about a locker, that it is in a locker, is that you are vulnerable. You can hide, but you are vulnerable. They literally just have to open the locker, and you are grabbed. There's no chase involved. You are grabbed. I think this is a good perk. It's not overpowered. It is powerful, but it's not overpowered. I can see this being used instead of one of the meta perks. Seriously. Yeah, Decisive Strike would be good with that. It would be. You're right. I'm shaking in my Legion boots. When me and Holly play, we only mentioned it, so it's not set in stone. I would love for us to play, one of us being Steve, one of us being Nancy. I don't know which one she's going to want to play. I think she was talking about wanting to play Steve more, which is fine. But if that is the case, I am excited to use this perk for Nancy. I want to be Steve. Let me be Steve. You're going to be Steve. That's all good. But yeah, I really like Inner Strength. I like it. It's not overpowered. It's powerful. It breaks the meta a little bit. It makes it so like if you are in red ranks and not using the 4 perks, if you're using this instead of the 4 meta perks, then it makes sense to. I like it. Okay, next is Steve the Hare Harrington. Okay, so his perks, just like Nancy, I like them. If I had to choose, Steve has better perks all around, because all 3 I could be seen used. The generator one for Nancy is like, why? First, we have, of course, a perk named Babysitter. When you unhook a survivor, the unhooked survivor leaves no scratch marks or blood trails for 8 seconds. You see the killer's aura, and the killer sees your aura for 4 seconds. What this means is it will be easier if you are already out of the area. If the killer is already out of the area, it will be easier for them to get away, and the killer, in theory, would go after you instead of them. So it could stop tunneling, especially in the lower ranks. Especially in the lower ranks, when they see an aura that they know where the survivor is, they will definitely go after them first. Like, definitely. I like it. It fits his character. I like it. I can see it being used, especially with borrowed time. You do not want to use this with We'll Make It, because We'll Make It is you can heal them really fast, but you healing them and showing your aura is going to show that you're healing them. You don't want to use that with this. Borrowed time would be great with Babysitter. Steve! Breaks meta, uses nurse. What meta? Babysitter. We already have object of obsession. True, but Babysitter makes it so the scratch marks in the blood is gone for 8 seconds. So they can just run away. And you're basically like, here, over here, me, over here. Come get me. And no, I'm not saying breaks meta in terms of killers. Because the nurse, I don't know what you can do about the nurse that will not make her the most powerful in the game. She can blink through solid objects. I don't know what you can do that would stop that from her being amazing. But I'm talking about like the perks that survivors would use. Fuck it, I'll just use no mither. That would be an interesting build. That would be an interesting build. Okay, next we have the second perk, camaraderie. Whatever. While it is active, and any time during the struggle phase, another survivor comes within 16 meters of your hook, the struggle phase timer is paused for 14 seconds. That's really good. That's a really good perk. Because that helps with campers. Because it gives you more time. It helps because it already takes a fuck ton of time to actually die from the struggle. Google. Camaraderie. Perhaps the longest name for one perk. Possibly. That's a good perk. Will it be used over meta perks? I don't know. Possibly. Maybe. I don't know. The next one, possibly. The next one, maybe. Not most likely, but another good one to have instead of another. Second Wind. Steve in the Netflix series Stranger Things gets his ass kicked. Like, I remember twice he has just a bloody face. So this makes sense for him to have something like this. When you heal another survivor for a complete heal state, Second Wind activates. They did not talk about this being like a token system like they did for Inner Strength with Nancy. So I don't know if both are going to be just it activates or it'll be a token system. I'm not sure. But when activated, the next time you get unhooked or unhook yourself, you are affected by the broken status effect. While outside of the killer's terror radius, Second Wind passively heals you up to 100% over a duration of 20 seconds. Second Wind deactivates once you are completely healed or are put into a dying state before the healing is complete. You will lose the broken status effect once Second Wind deactivates. Just a friendly reminder, no Season 3 spoiler. Yeah, right. I've only seen the first 2 seasons so far. This is another good perk. I can, like, all three of these perks, I can totally see people using. Second Wind is a real, like, both of these characters, I'm really happy they did something like this, because in the show, they are fucking badass. They are, like, we're gonna fuck over this Demogorgon. We're gonna fuck over this creature, whatever. They are fighters. I didn't want them to just be like, oh, well, I'm scared. No, because they are scared, but they do something about it. I'm glad they have something like this for both of them, where they heal themselves. And this is perfect because he gets his second wind. Like, literally, season 2. I'm not gonna give those spoilers. He gets beat the shit up. Okay. Then he's driving in a car to where they're going. Think of out of the terror radius of the killer. And then once he gets there, he is perfectly fine to do whatever, walk around, explore, whatever. It is a perfect perk that represents Steve. It's cool. I like it. They did say it would not work with Deliverance. If you don't know what Deliverance is, it is the Survivor perk that oh, I have it right here. When you perform a safe hook rescue on another survivor, Deliverance activates. You now have a 100% chance of unhooking yourself during an escape attempt. So, like, when you're on the hook, you can unhook yourself, like, 100% of the time. A successful deliverance from a hook triggers the broken status effect for 60 seconds. They said it would not work with Deliverance. And I think that is because it triggers the broken status effect for 60 seconds when the second wind only does it for 20 seconds. Yeah, 20 seconds out of the terror radius. And they wanted to make it clear too that it's not a progressive heal. So it's not like once the broken status effect is gone, you'll be able to heal them for however much left they have to do. It's an instant thing. So, like, it will charge up like diversion here. Like diversion here, it will charge up. Just like how you have to be in the terror radius for this. Once you're outside the terror radius, you'll charge up, and once it hits 100%, then you will have an insta heal of the next heal state, and your broken status effect will be gone. I like them. I like this. I like these perks. I really do. They, out of all the perks, Killer, Nancy, Steve, for the most part, I can see a lot of these perks being used. And not just because they're from the popular TV show. I can see them being used as, like, even someone who isn't a fan of the show, and they're like, oh shit, that's a pretty good perk. I like it. I do. I really like it. Can you tell I'm excited? We just talked about that shit for like 50 minutes. I like Steve's perks more. Yeah. Steve's perks. Yo, hey, Mountain. Hello, hello, hello.